Hi guys, how are you today? I just want to give you a preview of the Rome Masters final, and I also want to talk about the Italian Open. The Rome Masters Italian Open final. I want to preview the Hamburg tournament also, and I also want to get into some Nadal news. So yeah, that's all. That's what we're about. So as far as let's first talk about Nadal. He's lost at the Rome Masters slash Italian Open. Um, I just thought it was like he just played a horrible match. Basically, there were a few moments in the second set where he had 5 minute periods where he played well, but he couldn't keep it up. Most of the first set, except for the first two games when it was 1-1 against Schwartzman. Yeah, he played quite well. I mean, the first two games, but the rest of the first set off, couple of 5 minute periods in the second set, played well, but the rest of the time he played badly. Now, Schwartzman, he actually played the kind of level where you've seen some tough four-set victories, even straight-set victories from Nadal, where he's basically forcing Nadal to play his top level. Every set is close, but Nadal is just that little bit better every set. But all it would take is for Nadal's game to drop off just a tiny little bit. So that's what we saw. That's what we saw in the match. Basically, Schwartzman playing at a level where he's asking Nadal, if you're at your 8 or 9 out of 10 level, it'll be a close match, but you'll just be that bit better as you always are. But if you drop off a bit, I'm going to beat you. He always does that. He always makes Nadal keep that high level consistently for the whole match. And Nadal's just ahead of him. But if you drop off Nadal, I'm going to beat you. Well, this time he did that and he won because Nadal did drop off to a very low level for the majority of the game. So it's interesting because Nadal's first match against Pablo Carreño Busta, he came out and played like he'd been back for 2 months, just dominating the clay court season as normal. The second match, I mean, it was still a tough match against Dusan Lajovic. He did well at the ATP Cup at the start of the year. So Nadal played still probably 7 out of 10 level there, but then dropped all the way down to a 2 out of 10 for whatever reason. Who knows? So now the question is for Nadal going into the French Open, just playing 3 months after 7 months out. Can he still win? He usually plays like Australian Open at the start of the world, Indian Wells, sometimes Miami, a whole clay court season with Monte Carlo, Barcelona, Madrid, Rome, and then the French Open. Last year he did, and he took all the way to Rome to find his game. Then he clicks, and then he clicks at the French Open. This time, he's only got one tournament, 3 matches, and in those 3 matches, he's played a horrible match after 7 months out. Now he's got to go into the French Open. So it's completely different than what we've ever seen. So any reference point to say Nadal wins it in previous years, but Nadal never has 7 months off and only gets 3 matches after the 7 months off going into the French. That's never happened. But I just think if he can get past the first week and get sort of 5 matches, get into the semi-finals, then he may be able to still peak, play his best level, and win. Another important part is the draw, because if he has to beat Thiem in the semi-finals, Djokovic in the final, that's going to be tough. Without many matches coming in, usually you would say it doesn't matter Nadal's draw at the French Open, he'll beat everybody, even with that bad draw. But this time I think he needs a good draw. I really do. And then if he has a bad draw where he's got to beat Thiem in the semi-finals and Djokovic in the final, he may not have it. But if he gets to where they're both on the other side of the draw, they battle each other, exhaust each other, and he plays the exhausted one in the final, He gets 6 matches to build his game up. So it's not till the seventh and final match. By that time, he's at a high level and one of them is exhausted. Like happened at the French Open last year, Thiem and Djokovic went 5 sets. In that case, he's got a great chance because the first 6 matches before the final, if they're on the other side of the draw, I don't think there's anyone that can challenge him. And then, as far as exposing Nadal, not at his best, you'll only see that in the final. And now he's got 3 matches at Rome plus 6 matches to get to the final. So he should be at his best and win it. But if he's got the draw where he's got Thiem in the semi-finals and then Djokovic in the final, then it could be trouble. But we're going to have to see. But the good news is the Grand Slams, you slowly ease yourself into it and you play bottom guys, and then over 2 weeks you build up, and it's best of 5 sets. So it's easy to play yourself into it. And like I said, he's not starting from zero. He's got those 3 matches, so he's going to start at the first round of his fourth match, and then fifth match, sixth, seventh, and all of that. Let's get on to the Rome Masters as a tournament. Let's talk about that. So I just really think when you look at the Rome Masters this year, I mean, it was just about Nadal and Djokovic, and then Nadal played a horrible match, so it's just about Djokovic. Djokovic is playing at a very poor level in this tournament. But he did that in the Cincinnati, moved to New York, he won it. He's doing the same thing again. Even early in the year, the Australian Open, played at a low level, but no one stepped up against him, so that sort of 4 out of 10 was enough. Looks to be enough again. Let's see what Schwartzman can do. But the thing is, Schwartzman's such a small guy on a slow clay court. I don't think he has enough power. Djokovic will have rhythm. He'll be able to get in rallies. And Schwartzman won't have the power to control the rally, especially on clay. So I don't see he's that much of a threat. But that level he played against Nadal, if he's doing that again and Djokovic playing a bit off, it could be a tough 3-hour fight. And anything could happen. But Djokovic is the favourite. Not playing well, but there's no one really there to threaten him. So that's the way I see it. A Djokovic win, but Schwartzman has that ability still to play at a higher level. And if Djokovic is off, which he's been, he could get this. He could steal it. But what I think is it'll look like that's going to happen, but Djokovic will play his best in the big moments, and that'll just get him through with this one. The French Open is another deal, really. So yeah, that's all. That's all I want to say about that. Then, let's go and move sort of further on. So let's talk about I've said what I wanted to say about the Rome Masters. Now let's talk about Hamburg. We've got Tsitsipas and Medvedev playing. No one else in the top 7. No Nadal, no Djokovic, no Federer, no Thiem. So you got Medvedev and Tsitsipas, no Zverev too. So I just don't think anyone's going to be good enough to disturb them. I think they're going to be there in the final. I think Medvedev is going to beat him in straight sets. And that's what I think is going to happen in Hamburg. You'll see a Tsitsipas Medvedev final straight sets, but 2 close sets in the favor of Medvedev. And then I just see Djokovic playing this average level and it just being enough and stepping it up a bit higher in big moments in the Rome final, which is going to be in a few hours' time. So that's what I'm saying. Medvedev for Hamburg over Tsitsipas in the final, and Djokovic is going to battle his way and win without playing very well and beat Schwartzman. And then also you got to understand, like Schwartzman is pulled out of Hamburg, so I think he's a bit physically exhausted. That could go against him. But I just see him playing at about a 7 out of 10, Djokovic playing at about a 6 out of 10, but Djokovic stepping it up to 8 out of 10 for a few important moments and just getting that win. That's all I'm saying with that. And then if I had to make a prediction about Nadal, I still think he's going to win the French Open, but a lot depends on that draw. But I think he's going to build up. But even if he gets a bad draw, he still has another 5 matches. So he won't meet Thiem or Djokovic until he's won 5 more matches. So then he's played 8 matches. And with that and all the training, I think it'll be enough. But yeah, he really would make a big difference if Thiem is on the other side of the draw. Even if Nadal was at his best of all the matches, that's a huge factor. Last year was a huge factor because Thiem and Djokovic went for 5 hours, and then Thiem had to beat Djokovic and then beat Nadal. If Djokovic makes the final, he may have to go 5 hours to beat Thiem and then play Nadal. Pretty hard to beat Nadal in the French Open under those circumstances. But if it's Nadal who needs to beat both of them, he hasn't really had a clay court season. Then I don't. I think he's about a 50% or a bit less of winning it. If the draw's the other way, he's about a 90% chance. I would usually say higher than 90, but because he didn't get the clay season, so that's what I'm saying. The fans we've had the fans back at the semi-finals in Rome and the final. 1,000 people out of a 10,000 seats wearing masks. We've got the Hamburg tournament. Only on centre court, 2,700 people will be there out of 10,000 seats. Then Roland Garros, only centre court, holds 15,000. We're going to have 5,000 people, so a third capacity. So that's what's happening. But from now on, we're going to have fans back at least the rest of the clay court season. So there you go. I've touched on the fans, Nadal's performance, Rome Masters, Hamburg, what all this means for Nadal going into the French Open, and I'm going to do another video maybe leading up to the final of Hamburg. And about a week from now, I'll talk about what happened in the Rome Masters. I'll talk about the final of that. I'll talk about Roland Garros. Then I'll do all of that, and then we'll go through videos as we move through the French Open from there. So have a great day or night wherever you are in the world. Please subscribe, give me the thumbs up, the bell notification, and let's see if Djokovic will beat Schwartzman in a few hours from now. But yeah, subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Have a great day, night, week. Enjoy the tennis, and bye for now. Bye. Thank you.